Hello there and welcome to MeasureSummit 2021.
We did it!
We did it.
Yay!
I think we did it. We'll
The
need to see.
official pre-show is underway.
Yes. And the tech check that we need to do at the beginning, can you all hear us and can you all see us?
Yes.
We would love to have you in the chat. If you are seeing this on any other platform than MeasureSummit.com, head over there to register and then you will be able to be in our little chat here that we have also prepared. That is not loading right now. Okay, I'll need to check this later.
This is why we do a pre-show check, right?
But we have some
pre-show's all
cool
about.
people here as well already. So Philippe is here, Barbara, Vincent, Julie, and Rajani.
There we go.
You can hear us. That's good. Janice is also here.
Felipe. Gani, I think, is how we pronounce that. Summit.
Yes.
Another Julian. There we go.
And
excellent.
Maraiki.
We are cranking it out.
Check. Great. Great to see you all online and already a bit of a thing going on here. So, wow, I bought, I built this chat thing integration, but now I have a hard time clicking on it because people are writing so fast. So I need to catch the right person. So Diego is here. You can do it too.
Oh, this is. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Yes. So we got Diego. We had Robert. Let's make sure we got Robert's in there. Perfect.
No, it's not.
Looks like Angie's. Let me just refresh here on my end. I'm gonna test to make sure it's working.
Why is my chat thing not working again?
Oh, looks like it's not working for me. But the good news is it works on your end.
Okay.
So you've got all the power, my friend.
We just tested it yesterday, but yeah.
This is what pre-show's all about. We go through here, everybody said, okay, everything worked perfectly during all the dry runs. And then guess who lost internet 15 minutes before?
Well, hopefully we'll not lose internet 15 minutes after.
No, you have to, exactly. We have to jinx it like that. So.
Yeah. All right.
Go Team Germany.
Excited to have everybody here. What is MeasureSummit 2021 all about? We have interviewed the best speakers for you, and we will hear from them in the next 4 days. 6 hours per day we are live streaming, if my internet holds, and we'll be able to learn together, learn and grow together, hopefully. We have a stacked program today with 5 speakers, correct? And
plus second stage for the first time ever. We've got second stage. So that was a big change. Was there anybody in the chat room here that was in MeasureSummit 2020? That was part of MeasureSummit 2020? Just gonna check that what we're going through. Want to see, because there's definitely been I think we had 16 speakers in 2020.
Yeah. So
there we go. Lots of returning fans. Love it. That's awesome. Welcome back, everybody. That is so cool.
MeasureSummit 2020, yeah. So back then it was the Corona conference. Now we have Corona conference.
now it's the
we were the first one to do a virtual summit. Now everybody copied us. So that's how those goes.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, that's excellent. Well, welcome back, everybody. I know, because we did like 16 speakers last year. This year it was close to 30, so we almost doubled it, which was really good. So we did 2 things that we expanded for MeasureSummit 2021, because of course Julian and I are just like, well, how do we make this bigger? How do we make this better? So what we did is we expanded out an extra day, so we got an extra slot in the 4 days. So we've got just that much more live, what we're calling the main stage, and that'll be the live stream, the one you're watching now. Then we have that second stage. So what'll happen is, not quite yet, because this is sort of the pre-show start, but once the speakers start and we transition, in fact, today's will be Julius will kick us off, then we will unlock second stage as well. So you'll see second stage back there. The second stage ones are at the bottom, and we'll do a tour in just a few minutes to show you the agenda and everything.
Oh, for me, Mercer is right now frozen. How do we get access to the second stage? I don't know. He's in an unfortunate position there. Reconnecting network position is poor. I hope that's not my internet. I hope it's Mercer's at this point. But we'll see if we can get him back in a second here. Yeah, we will be there he is, back again.
There he is. Oh, it was on my end this time?
Yeah, it wasn't on your end. So,
because everything's okay. Perfect. Good to know.
Jerome is
Yes.
asking, how do we attend the second stage? So maybe you can kick us off again, telling us about the second stage.
Perfect. So second stage, we're going to go through. What we did is we just had a lot of really great content. We couldn't fit everybody in in the main stage, even though we did expand that out as well. So we have second stage. So second stage will be available all day long on demand. So they don't have a set hour that they'll be playing on the main stage, but second stage will be available all day long. So we'll unlock those as soon as the sort of main event starts. That'll be at the top of the hour, about 55 minutes from now. When Julius goes on the main stage, we'll unlock both Alex and Enrique today, which are our second stage speakers. They'll be available kind of on demand for the full 24 hours. And remember, everybody here that's watching this, right? This is the whole beauty of Measure Summit 2021 is that it is a free event for anybody that wants to attend it live. So we're going to keep day one, everything that we're covering in day one will be unlocked for a full 24-hour cycle. So everybody around the world, there's lots of different time zones. We'll start getting in that in a second too. We've got some cool stuff to share with everybody. Everybody's going to have the ability to watch everything in their time zone, no matter what. You got a full 24 hours. And then, of course, those of you with all access pass, those are the ones that keep access, can watch it as many times as you want, whenever you want.
So Mercer was just frozen, and here Skidwolf has a good Han Solo. He was
nice.
Han Solo for us.
I need to do that, right? Isn't it like this?
Yeah.
Isn't that the Han Solo? I need to yes.
So
see?
we can, yes, frozen. Or you need to do the frozen thing, yeah. That meme, yeah. Next time, we can rewind in the recording later on. Normally the game streamers actually have like an instant replay button, and then you can like go step back like 10 seconds when they did the last action there, and then we could do that. But we'll see. I hopefully we'll be able to get to a place where everything is working correctly. I must say, last year was kind of crazy because everything kind of worked from our end and nothing broke, which we'll see if today will be the day. So right now we are online, not only on MeasureSummit.com, which is the main destination, but also on other social media platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So if you're seeing us there and you want to be part of the chat here and see how we can get you up on stage, so to say, then head over to MeasureSummit.com, register. This is completely for free. And then you can participate in the chat. And the biggest thing of all, obviously, is also that we won't be streaming the sessions with Julius in just about 50 minutes here. We won't be streaming them on the other social platforms. We will go offline there. And then we will go in and... Mercer's frozen again. And then we will go in and stream them out only via MeasureSummit.com. So head over to MeasureSummit.com and register if you want to be part of this and see the next talk. I don't know why okay, he's back. So we have him back. You were frozen there for a second again, but
I'm
now...
back. You know what it was? Is I just realized I have like 4 or 5 tabs that have been open streaming the stream. So my poor internet, we've got a gig internet here. We're pretty good on the internet, but we were sucking it down. I was like, what is going on? So sorry about that. That was just me turning all of those off. This is why we do pre-show.
Yeah.
None of this happens. None of this exists.
But let's see. Should we come up and see what is coming up today? Have a quick look.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to go over here. We have a day overview. So this is day number 1 of Measure Summit. And you will be hearing from Julius from Analytics Mania, learning the hard lessons after 1 year of GA4. And I did this interview with Julius. You can look forward to some really actionable stuff, really detailed stuff, just like Julius's blog posts, and really from a perspective of knowledge, but then also perspective of passion, right? So it's really great to hear always that when people really go in depth with the tool and actually know how to use it. And Google Analytics 4, kind of for me, it was a bit hard to get used to, but Julius really figured this one out, and everybody can learn from him. This is coming up in just 50 minutes right here. Then after that, we have Ahmad. with how to leverage Google Data Studio to grow your agency. You want to say anything, Mercer, about that?
It was awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. No, I'm just joking. I'm a man of many words. No, Ahmad's was fantastic. You know, like Julius, he spoke in 2020. He's coming back for 2021 by popular demand, and he really went into some very cool ways of how you can use Google Data Studio as an agency owner to create leads, to get clients, to fulfill on some stuff. It was pretty cool out of the box ideas. So again, highly actionable with a
No. Here we go. We are back. Next, we'll go over to
none of that happened.
Magda.
Take it out in post. It's fine. Yes.
The paracetamol for your conversion headache. The paracetamol. It's like the vaccine.
It's like aspirin. Right. Exactly. So yeah, that was another great one. Now Magda is new for MeasureSummit 2021, so it didn't speak in 2020, but was highly recommended by a number of speakers to have her on board for 2021. So happy to have her here as well. Again, she did a really actionable, which is what I loved about this presentation. You could actually get one thing. Speaking of, we're going to do hashtag one thing in the chat room. So as you get one thing that you can actually take some sort of action on, just put like hashtag one thing and then what the action was. Like, what's the thing that you took and said, oh, this is actually really cool. I'm going to make this a thing. Because a lot of these presentations, and Magda's is definitely right in line with this. You just need one new idea, one new concept, something in a different, maybe you've heard in a different way, or just some cool example where you're like, wow, I never would have thought about doing that. That can change a lot. So just want to make sure we recognize those. It's also helpful for the speakers to see in their session which things that you felt were really super valuable and what that one thing was for you. So make sure we do that as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like a measurement marketing tradition, right? To find out about that one thing, and that's also good idea. And we can even put this up on screen, just like here. Otto is here. All night for us.
It's already happy hour in Sweden.
Well, it's not really that. We actually changed the time, right? We had some feedback. Last time we did it even later because we wanted to get the Americans on. And this time it was quite good that we did it a little bit earlier. I also changed my sleeping schedule just based on this thing. Like I'm normally a very early riser, and now I had to, over the last few days, it was really tough to change my schedule here as well. We also have
taking one for the team, Julian.
Infas from Sri Lanka. So great to have you as well. And Marcy is here as well, and Peter and Jason. Jason is in the UK, so he's 1 hour behind us here in Europe. And then Mercer, you guys are quite early, right?
Yeah, we're in Austin, Texas. So we're broadcasting from Central Time Zone in the US. It's 9:12 a.m.
Oh, wow. And Anna is from Honduras here. So yeah, that's like kind of on your time zone, or maybe even a little bit earlier.
Look at that. Yeah.
And then we have
now it's coming in. Look at it. India, Hungary,
Michigan,
Philippines. Good luck catching up with all this, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's coming in quick, right?
The Netherlands. Oh wow, now it's going. Bad internet also.
Bad internet.
I'm okay here. What's in the cup, Mercer?
All right.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
So just water.
Just
water so far. Just water so far. But you know, happy hour later.
Okay, and then I had a personal highlight. I guess this is also a personal highlight from Mercer. We had a session that will come up from Dana. So Dana, we wanted to get on last year already, right? And we got her this year. And
yeah, we managed to get her this year. And it's again another incredible, lots of great examples, lots of highly actionable content. I think there's going to be a ton of hashtag one things that you can pop in the chat room, just sort of watching her stuff to go back there. Because there were some things where I looked at and I was like, it was amazing. Some of the stuff that she was sharing, some of the ways of thinking about measuring the success of your content was absolutely on point. So I don't want to give away anything, but 100%. Like, and that's what we loved about the sessions is these speakers, they're given their time, effort, and energy, but they're leaving you with something you can actually do something with. It's not a whole bunch of like theory. It's stuff you can actually take back to your organizations, whether you're just a freelancer starting out or somebody who's working for a large corporate team. There's something in here for everybody that you can take action on. Even if you're more on the strategy side, where you're the CMO, or it's the C-level suite, we a lot of C-level here as well, because you're the one that can guide the teams and say, well, listen, I saw this as an example. I know it's possible. Maybe you don't understand the tactical aspects if somebody shared that, but now you know what's possible. You know how to guide it and work with the teams. And of course, if you're on the team, the implementation side, it's bottom up, right? You can say, oh, I never thought about that. Let's go to stakeholders and maybe offer them this stuff. So lots of actionable content that Dana presented as well, and you will see as we get on there. And then after Dana, we had Jerry White.
Yes.
So it was talking about why analytics is awesome, but not straight out of the box. And that was one that you had done, right?
Yes, and it's kind of a interesting take on Google Analytics. Jerry is really from a SEO background, but he uses Google Analytics on a daily basis. So the first thing that they do, even as an SEO practitioner, they go in and look at Google Analytics and how they can use Google Analytics effectively for their kind of purposes. And it's really like another masterclass in customizing analytics and not leaving it like it is. This is about Google Analytics, Universal Analytics, but I think most of the concepts you can always then transfer over to Google Analytics for as well. So I'm really looking forward to this one as well. Cool. People are joining us here in droves. I'm like, okay, this is the pre-show. I hope you don't
Starting to warm up.
leave in a second here. Julius is already here, so that's great. The stream is apparently smooth. We have people from Pakistan, from all of Belgium, Georgia, Croatia as well. No issues whatsoever. So it depends on your internet connection. We are, you need to think about, like, streaming is a very complicated thing. We are streaming here through Vimeo, which is a pretty big streaming provider. But if your internet or your country doesn't have like the built-in kind of thing from Vimeo, then you might experience some issues there. But I hope everybody can hear us and see us, and the sessions will actually be available later on as well in the section of the website. I don't actually know. Should we do a little tour, Mercer?
We should.
If you share,
you want to start at MeasureSummit? Okay.
If you share your screen, then I can patch you in.
All right, give me just a second.
Unfortunately, we cannot show custom emojis here. There is a custom emoji. Wow, I have never seen it. Okay.
What? Okay.
Philippe is ready with coffee and his glasses on. I don't know what that is.
He's just ready. He's ready to get to work. Learn this stuff.
South Africa. Go ahead and Anders is here as well, and he says he has a very sketchy theme. I don't know. In Norway,
I think, yeah,
I heard Norway has pretty good
conversation.
internet.
There's a bunch of people that are saying it's fine, but it's good to check in chat, because if one person has it, maybe it's on their issue. But everybody else
I hope we can make you. I hope it gets better. Maybe reload the page and we can see.
I would definitely try reloading the pages as time goes through. Maybe a VPN for some of the. I know I was on another country this morning and they were having VPN issues.
Okay.
So they flipped that. Okay, so let's go ahead and if you want to take down Anders here, perfect. So this is where we all are right now. This is the dashboard. Now I'm gonna show you bits and pieces of it. As you go through the schedule, we can see what's coming up. You also have our second stage. So they are at the bottom of each day. You'll see the second stage. To answer somebody else's question, I believe it was Tina. It was Tina. Thank you. So the question was about, do we have access, 24 hours access to everything? And you do. You have access, 24 hours access to everything. So what will happen is, here's the schedule. You can go through and you can see the agendas. All the second stages are in there. Everybody's in there for when they're going to go forth as you go through. So what will happen is, you can obviously continue to watch this live stream. For the most part today, you're going to stay on this page and we're watching the live stream. We're going to broadcast everything live in one big giant 6 hours, I guess it is, broadcast. So when you want to watch a second stage speaker, for example, if I click into Alex's here, we'll bring up Alex's. So you'll notice right now it's just the teaser. As soon as this goes live, which will be at the top of the hour, so roughly 40 minutes from now, this will show Alex's presentation. You're going to have access to Alex's all day long, right? So we'll have access to Alex's all day long because he's second stage. Also Enrique, so you can watch that on demand whenever you want. You'll have access to that. The Julius's, let's use Julius's as an example. Currently, Julius's shows the same thing. He's got the teaser, but when his time happens, right at the top of the hour, his video will be in there. And so you'll be able to watch that again. Everybody here will have access for a full 24 hours to watch it on Julius's page. So if you missed the live stream for whatever reason, you can watch his exact session here. Or if you want to rewatch it, which I would recommend for a lot of these, because I have some incredible ideas, you can rewatch it here. So you'll have access to that. And then what will happen is if you have all access pass, you keep access past that, right? So after 24 hours, it'll lock down. Only then all access pass members will have access to it.
And will this then be able, you will be able to see it during the stream going on, or is it after the stream that we will?
It'll be shortly after he starts. We'll unlock it for that hour, and then the next one. So the next after that will be Ahmad's.
I would recommend to watch it with everybody in the stream because there's some
of the chat
going on in the chat always. So keep that in mind as well. Julius already had here a comment, which you can see.
Love it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so we'll have that. Now I'm going to enable something very quickly so that we can test this out and just everybody can see what's about to happen. And I'm gonna refresh my screen.
We have Matteo is also here. Great to have you. And Ahmad already entered the room. He was laughing about, what was he laughing about? Ahmad is going to the moon. Okay.
There he is.
If you can afford a ticket, soon you can. On one of the SpaceX ships.
All right, so now I'm just going to refresh our dashboard very quickly. So when Julius, when in this case, yes, Julius presents, you'll see that information here. So you can see who's coming up and who's presenting. Again, sometimes when you go into the stream, just refresh and you'll see that. The other thing that you will see is this new Q&A button. So this Q&A will be here. You just go down to the bottom. You can ask your question. That is for the session that is currently presenting. So you will see the Q&As go into the session. They will actually show up on the speaker's page. And that gives us a chance to get those questions to the speaker so they can get us answers. And then we'll put the answers back there too. So that way on the speaker's page, you see the presentation, any questions and answers that were there. You've got it kind of nice, everything under one shot. We'll also put in speaker slides as we have them, any sort of resources as we have them as well. So that's how that whole thing will work. So again, you won't always see this Q&A thing. I'm going to take it down for now because it doesn't go anywhere yet. But as soon as Julius starts, then you will see that in addition. Okay, so I'll make sure that everybody knew about that.
There was one question by Lani. How do we access closed captions for hearing impaired? So on the live stream, we don't have that feature. I know that there are some service providers that actually have that built in. We couldn't figure it out for our stream just yet. But we will caption these for later on, right? Once the sessions are there, there will be captions under the videos, so you'll be able to follow
There'll be
along.
Transcriptions made for everything. Yep, all the videos will have transcriptions made and added to them. Yep,
so I hope
exactly right.
That helps out. And what else?
All right, so that's just our dashboard, right? Our little meta dashboard here as we go through. So then the individual speaker sessions, we already showed how you can get to the speaker sessions just by clicking on the speaker name. However, you can also get them here. So those of you with the 2020 Access Pass, you should also see 2020 in there. If not, just email me and you'll be able to see that. Otherwise, 2021 is what you'll see, and everybody here should see that, including those with All Access Pass. But remember, tomorrow, let's say 24 hours from now, when Julius is timed out, if you click on it and it says to upgrade, it's because if you have an All Access Pass, you have to log in. Make sure you log in using your All Access Pass login, and it'll be unlocked for you. Otherwise, at that point, it'll already be closed down. But again, you have full 24 hours access. We're making sure everybody can see and watch this for as much as they want for the sessions that they're interested in. So remember, we'll unlock these as the time and the day goes through. So if it's not quite there yet, maybe it's just not time for that speaker. The next thing we'll take a look at is the virtual booths. So virtual booths, this is where, of course, our sponsors are. We'll be talking about them in the few minutes here as well. Supermetrics came back again. Thank you, Supermetrics, for being our primary sponsor. Of course, Measure School, Julian's company, MeasureMarketing.io, my company, and Listen Layer. So it's a new sponsor for this year that also sponsored MeasureSummit. Thank you, Listen Layer. This is a super cool tool we'll be talking about more a little bit later on. But you can click on any of these and go to their virtual booths to learn about whatever offers they currently have available for you, as well as the speakers. All of this is open now. I would give a chance to peruse this, kind of get an idea of what's back there and what people can help you out with. Because I think this is just another great opportunity for the speakers to be able to share their expertise with you in the way that makes sense. So if you want to contact and connect with them, definitely check out the virtual booths. Sponsors again, we just have here. So Supermetrics, Measure School, Listen Layer, and MeasureMarketing.io. Thank you everybody for your sponsor, especially Supermetrics and Listen Layer. And then finally the community. So we will open this up as time goes on. So to take a look at this, we have the 2021 community here. So pop in right now. We're just kind of doing a little introduction thread to introduce yourself. So feel free to pop back there. And then we might open it up if people have other topics, you want to create other discussions, go for it. So that makes sense to us. We're not gonna be able to moderate it as fast as we can. So be nice, but that'll be there. Also, Julian, we did talk about doing a live sort of crowdsourced notes.
Oh yeah.
That we're gonna try.
That we decided 5 minutes ago.
We just decided 5 minutes before game time. We're like, okay, let's try this out. So here's what to do. So we're gonna go to MeasureSummit.com/notes. So everybody go to MeasureSummit.com/notes or pop that in the chat. It'll take you to the crowdsourced notes.
Open a new browser, otherwise you will lose it.
Good point. Yes, don't use the live stream. You'll have to hit the back button. But now they're already gone, so it's too late for them. They'll come back. So this is not at all pretty. This is just me quick and dirty doing this because, as Julian said, we came up with this idea moments ago. So thank you, everybody. Everybody has edit access. So everybody can see what you're doing. So again, be kind. And anybody that wants to improve this, because I literally just copied and pasted day one stuff in there very quickly, figuring as the sessions are going on, if people want to have one things or notes or something they want to do, if any of you have got those Google Docs skills and want to clean this thing up, awesome. It's just a way to for the community to help the community with the crowdsourcing.
We don't want to shut it down, right? So
we don't, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
this is going.
It is going to be a mess. I agree. I agree.
So if there's anybody who's a ferocious note taker, please use this, and then we can go from there. Okay, maybe close down that tab, otherwise people are getting off.
Okay, so we're out of that. So again, be nice. Take out all the extra comments that we don't need. Try to keep it clean. We're just going to try it out. We're going to see how well it goes. So we thought, hey, why not? All right, so I think that takes care of everything, with the exception of course, All Access Pass. I think raising this. I actually don't know. Let me see if this has been changed.
Oh no. Here we go.
Not yet, but it's okay. No worries. So this is All Access Pass. This is also expiring or about to expire, and I mean within minutes. So as the time counts down, it's going to go to 197. So when the event starts, it officially flips to 197. So if you got about 30 some odd minutes now to grab it at 147 if you haven't already, if it makes sense for you, obviously. But this is how you keep access to all the recordings. This is how you keep access to all the notes and the community and everything else that's on here as well. So if you don't have it already, just mental note, you can get that. But pre-event pricing ends in the next 30 some odd minutes. So just a little mental note there. There is a time limit on that one. When the event starts, the price goes up to 197, just like we did last year. Same rules as last year. And we aren't going to be able to honor any past stuff, just to keep it fair for everybody. So now's the time to be sure to get into that. All right. So that is all that I had.
Cool. We had some questions here that I wanted to address. So let me just go through this chat here and see. People are introducing themselves, chatting. That's really great. Ahmad has this great Data Studio community that we're all a fan of. And we had this question here, which you kind of answered. So maybe we can just pick it up again. Do we get any documentation from the speakers? For example, PDF's presentation. It's the first time for Team 19, so welcome.
Yeah, that was excellent. So great question. And yes, so as we get the speakers slides, some of them we have now, some of them we might need to get from them. But as we have them, they will be put into the speaker session tab itself. So you will see, in fact, Julian, if you can let me share again real quick.
Yeah.
So let's go through. Let's say we were looking for Julius as an example. So you'll see right here, there's like little leave feedback. This, by the way, is what we're going to use for the speakers, to leave feedback for the speakers to make sure that they are getting good quality feedback from us, and it helps us. They love feedback, by the way. So we've talked to all of them, and it's a couple more questions, but kind of quick and easy. Kind of the one thing you thought was really great, the one thing they can improve upon, any other feedback you want to give them, because speakers love feedback, right? We're all data people here. So you'll see this button, but also what you'll start to see is the buttons will show up down here that'll show like slides, link to slides, or the link to the transcript when that's ready, all that sort of stuff. So that's what we'll show down here. So as you come back here over and over, you'll see it build upon itself. We will do our best to make sure it gets there within the 24-hour period so that everybody can access it. But sometimes we just don't have it until after that. But we will get it in there as soon as we can so that everybody can have access to it. But just stay tuned to these bottom buttons because they will start to all of a sudden, they'll appear right there is where you're going to look for it. It's a great question.
Great. We have some more questions here in the chat. Or no, not questions. Fred is here as well. So great to have you, Fred, as well. Why is this not working again? Okay. Tech. We'll see. Well, we have Fred here from Milwaukee. We have some people from Brazil, Hungary, Texas, of course. Which is its
Texas.
own country, so you need to mention it. Yeah, and Anna already put in the note here, MeasureSummit.com/notes. Great that you, yeah. Oh yeah, Julia also has it in here. So we will put all the stuff in there. Unfortunately, you cannot click on the screen, but we'll put this into the chat. And if I can get the other thing working, we can also like pop it up at some point as well. So crowdsource notes. Maybe we should have a master in there to. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to see how it looks like in there.
Yeah, I know. We're just gonna trust you that everyone's gonna be good and nice, and then just think it's for the community to use. Everybody has access to it forever, and then eventually we'll flip it down to view only. But for this next 4 days, I would imagine we'll keep it open.
Right.
If it makes sense. I already see some people doing a better job on, figuring out the styles. So thank you for that.
Cool. Yeah, and everybody, again, the All Access Pass link is right there as well. Thank you, Nora, for this. And Jonas is from Lithuania. So we almost have... yeah, we should switch over to Google Analytics 4 and see which countries we have. Can we do that?
We should, yeah. And I've got a comment. It says here that the music is louder than the voices. Do you have music playing in the background?
No, right now I don't have any music. I don't think so.
Well, then that's okay. All right. Well, does anybody else hear music? Just making sure.
Maybe.
Oh, I knew this is going to come up. So John's asking, it's not measure related, but how do we get those killer t-shirts? Look, this was something Julian and I coordinated on this year. Because you remember last year, it was just kind of like I was wearing a hat and our company shirt, he's wearing his, and we just we're like, you know what? Let's coordinate. We'll have the same, because we tried to do it last year, but we ordered white, and then it just looked like we were wearing regular t-shirts, and that's why we didn't do that. But this we're like, okay, let's go with the blue and have these shirts, but we didn't order a ton.
And then I must say, like, Mercer is much smarter than me. He got multiple of these shirts. I'm not really good in ironing my stuff, so I actually didn't wash this yet, and I had to wear it like several times for the recordings already. So you don't want to be in the same room as me right now.
So it's
and
a
probably for the
item.
next 4 days,
yes.
Unless I get like I can stand it, so for me it's fine. But
we will have swag. We will have prizes from sessions. For those that were here last year, we did the scavenger hunt. We're gonna do that again. Some trivia as we go through. It's gonna be a pretty cool event.
Yeah,
so,
Julius says we should launch a merch store, like a little Mercer bobblehead for the car and so on. We'll see.
That's all I need. Like
we need to have like a
it's gotta have the hair.
Professional. We need to have a professional like 3D printer guy who like builds that for us. Free shirt for 2020, 2021, and 2022 summit. Yeah, we'll see about the 2022 summit. We haven't yet. We haven't yet mastered.
Let them get through to almost the end, and then we'll have them commit. Then we'll have them commit. We do need a merch
after
section.
the event. How about a dashboard with the attendee data? So Mercer, can you say we have something planned? Let's put it this way, right?
We have something planned, but yes, we do.
But now
and we will be announcing that during I guess right. But let's do that between Julius's and the next one, because that'll get everybody. We'll have the most people here at that point.
Sorry.
So great minds think alike.
Okay, now
that's okay.
Here we go. I'm like.
All right. This is our GA4. So out of the box setup, by the way. So not customized in any way, shape, or form. We just lit it up and we're like, let's start using GA4. So we've got our little real-time report coming through. So see everybody waving from around the planet.
So you can click on View Snapshot on the top there, And we can draw a
Gonna randomly choose.
lucky winner on this one.
Got it. Thanks.
Buenos Aires.
So Argentina. Look at that. Buenos Aires in Argentina.
So if you are watching this, congratulations.
East Flanders, Belgium.
We have just de-anonymized you, and you will probably sue us. So
we definitely have not. We definitely have not. There's Ireland. Look at that. Singapore. Love it.
Wow.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Belgium.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is a cool feature. I'm curious how many are using. This is actually a good question in chat. How many are using GA4 as their production platform? Meaning you have Universal probably, but you really have switched most things to GA4 now. Reports it. I'm just curious of that. Or are you still holding off for 2022?
And
I'm just curious. So anybody using GA4 for production, or what's the plan right now? No one.
No one. Wow.
Oh, all right. GA4 has production. What? You can use it for that? Holding off. Still don't like it. Holding off. Ooh, look at that. No GA4 till it's finished. Yeah, crickets. Look at that. Yeah. Can't figure out how to get goal completions, conversion events now. Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
My.
I see a pattern. Here.
I can't.
It's too
early. Not quite.
That was
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck. Listen. Good luck connecting all that. So.
Well, we had one Googler join us this time. So Maria is going to be here for talking about attribution, not about Google Analytics 4. Yeah, I think that the product team is probably hard at work at cooking.
Oh, there you go. Vlada's got it for 10 websites.
Okay, I can't see
and then
Vlad.
Angie's saying she likes GA4. So we got a few yeses.
Oh, yeah.
Julius got Jason into GA4. Good job, Julius. Yes, on production. Farina's got it. All right.
Cool.
That's very good. So I know for our perspective, we're going to do it at MeasureMarket.io. Our goal is to walk into 2022 with GA4 being our primary production, if possible, as we go through. And thank you, William. You did hear a cat. Yes, that is Cisco, our conversions cat. That was not a car. That was our cat in the background wanting to be heard. So
cool. Should we talk about our sponsors?
Let's do it.
Okay. So our headline sponsor for this year is Supermetrics. Now, if you're not familiar with Supermetrics, for example, they have a Google Sheets plugin that you can utilize. It's really easy. You can just install it as an add-on onto your Google Sheets account, and then you just need to authorize it, and you get this little panel on the right side, and then you can connect to many different sources. I don't know how many sources there are, probably 100 different sources, like Google Analytics, obviously, as well. And that's how you can pull data from your from Google Sheets, from Google Analytics into Google Sheets. So you can go through and define all the stuff that you might know from Google Data Studio, for example. What are the metrics that I want to pull, the dimensions, the date range, the filters that I have, maybe the segments, and so on. And then you click one button, and it then downloads that data and puts it in that cell, or it builds a table for you directly from that. So, I don't know, the demo lags a little bit behind, but you get what I mean. This is really awesome because Supermetrics is kind of I always compare it to Zapier of the analytics world, because it can connect different tools and pull this data into the tools that you want. So it's not only for Google Sheets, they also have connectors for Google Data Studio. So if you want to get, for example, your Facebook ads data into Google Data Studio, they have a BigQuery connector. So if you want to import anything into BigQuery automatically, or all the other tools, Excel, I don't know, Tableau, and so on. So definitely check them out, and you can see then you get these results right in there and can do all your calculations, all your different things inside of Google Sheets, and you have your data not in Google Analytics anymore, but then ported outside. And this is where the real analysis, I think, happens nowadays. So Google Analytics, you can always check for quick spot checks, but if you really want to work with your data, you're probably exporting it. And Supermetrics is a really cool tool a connector to get all that data into the tools where you might want to store your data further or analyze it further. So that might be something that you want to check out. They have a booth page as well. So go over to the virtual booth and you will be able, or click that little sponsor thing down below, right? And you will.
Yep, they'll take you to the virtual
It will
booth.
take you to the virtual booth. They have a special offer for everybody who is joining MeasureSummit this year. And they also gave us some swag that we can give away, and that will be part of our scavenger hunt as well.
Yes, and this is we started with Supermetrics back in the spreadsheet days.
Yeah.
And now we use it for Data Studio.
I
So
mean,
we give Supermetrics money every year. It's a fantastic time-saving device.
Yeah, you need to imagine that Supermetrics. I remember when it came out, and it was just in Google Sheets, and everybody was excited about it. But this company has grown so much over the years, and they also, like Simo, is from. They are from Finland, and they do a pretty great job at growing this company, and it's a massive thing now. So check them out at the booth over there. And then we have our platinum sponsor, which is ListenLayer. Now, ListenLayer is the world's first and only cloud data layer platform. That's what they call themselves. It's so easy to sign up. You can sign up for free. And then you get a little bit of a code that you need to install onto your pages, on all your pages, just like Google Analytics. This can be put into Google Tag Manager. And once you have it on the page, it will actually build a data layer for you. So you can connect certain tools. Like if you have, for example, a HubSpot form on your page, or you have something like WooCommerce store running, it listens for events inside of these platforms and will build a data layer for you. And that obviously then feeds your Google Tag Manager, and you can send that data out to your other platforms like Google Analytics, Facebook, and so on. So a really handy tool when it comes to building the data layer, which normally you would need to have a developer for. So definitely check that out. I don't know if Zach is already here, but you will see him in the chat as well. Thanks for supporting MeasureSummit 2021.
Definitely. And that was such a cool idea, what they came up with. It solves so many problems, and they're coming up with listeners all the time. So absolutely worth checking that. It's one of my favorite new tools on the planet is this one.
Cool. And this is also brought to you by, well, I don't know. I don't really have a screen for this one. Measure School and measurementmarketing.io. Mercer's company.
Do you want me to pull you up? Let's go to Measure School. How do you spell it?
Like MeasureSummit.
So measureschool.com.
Right. Let me.
There we go. And you're right. Somebody was asking that they were surprised you didn't get a V-neck. Did I see why? You got that V-neck T-shirt thing happening.
Oh yeah. Here we go. So yeah, thanks for checking that out. Measure School is my company. We provide education, obviously, on YouTube. You might have seen us on the YouTube channel, or you might be on the YouTube channel right now watching this. And we also have a little membership site called Measure Masters. If you want to check that out, head over to measureschool.com/measuremasters. And we also have a special offer on our virtual booth. If you are a company and you are interested in sponsoring Measure School or being a sponsor on one of our YouTube videos, check that out as well. And then let's go over to measurementmarketing.io.
All right. There's MeasureMarketing.io. This is, of course, our company, our organization. So our job is obviously to help people to figure out how to learn all this cool stuff that's coming through here. Our flagship is the Measurement Marketing Academy. So I'll bring that up. So you take a look at that. And again, very similar to what Julian was talking about. It's a matter of learning how to use these tools for the purposes of what we call listening to the conversation, that there's a conversation between the websites and the users. And our job as measurement professionals is to hear that conversation, to listen to that conversation, and be able to communicate that conversation to the marketing teams, right? If maybe we are the marketing team. And our job is to be able to, if we understand what's going on with that conversation through the beauty of measurement, we can then adjust our marketing to actually improve results. So that's what the Measurement Marketing is all about. Our Measurement Marketing Academy helps you kind of go step by step. And we've got more that we'll do too. We'll also be releasing some things in our own virtual booth that'll be there, including the framework that we have as well. So definitely check out measurementmarketing.io, the Measurement Marketing Academy, as well as Measure Masters from Julian and Measure School. And thank you, Julian, for helping to support MeasureSummit.
Thank you and Mercer's team for making this all possible. I think we would have.
It was both of our teams came together on this one.
Yeah.
Like this was a crazy amount of collaboration that everyone was doing what they need to do to crank it out and get us live. Where we are officially 16 minutes
Yeah.
from starting.
And we have some cool chat activity here as well. Fred says listen layer sounds really interesting. So that I can attest to as well. Listen layer sounds intriguing. So really cool to see. Check it out. I think it's a great kind of addition to what is already out there. And Brad is here also. I don't know why is the chat overlay is not coming through as well. Let me see. Here we go. So Brad is here as well. Great to have you. And Paul says, "Hey mom, I'm on TV." So if your mom is watching this on her TV, she must have one of these apps that hooks into this, which is really great. And
I just love the fact that his mom's watching. That's perfect.
Jason says it's so distracting trying to finish an infomotion graphic at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
how you know you're doing it right.
Right. So it's really great that we have so many people already join us, because in just a few minutes here, we'll have a talk coming up from Julius about Google Analytics 4 and the hard things that he learned in the last year. So we will be listening to that definitely. And what are the other things we should point out to everybody? You will be able to watch this recording also later on. So if you found something really interesting and you want to refer back to that, they will be available in the speaker pages for 24 hours, or if you're an All Access Pass member, at your convenience. And we also have other great speakers coming up after Julius. So then, like in 15 minutes, our job will become easier, hopefully. We just need to press the button, and then hopefully we'll be able to listen to some awesomeness from our speakers. And then we will take you through the evening, 5 talks today, and we will continue with this tomorrow.
David was asking if it hosted on Yardstream. So we're running this through Vimeo Live. So that's how we're live streaming through Vimeo. So that's actually what does the platform that's broadcasting right now.
And there's a bit of an audio delay. Is this audio delay? Okay. We will check that out. I hope this is.
Yeah, some say yes, some say no.
Yeah.
And the other question about how do we access second stage speakers? So once Julius goes live, once our first main stage speaker goes live, which remember, main stage will happen here. It'll be on this page. You'll be watching the live stream event. That's where all the main stage will go. As the main stage speakers progress, we'll unlock each one of their sessions so that All Access Pass members can see it. Everybody else can see it. If you're obviously not able to join the live stream and you're watching this as a replay because of your time zone, hello, Australia and Asia. I know that it's a difficult time zone. Thank you, by the way, for those that were able to make it and crazy enough to wake up early or stay up late. And the second stages will open up at the same time. So in about 14 minutes, the second stages will open up and you'll be able to watch those 24 hours access. Everyone's got 24 hours to access everything. Want to make sure that everything was refreshed, no delays. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. Everyone's saying no delay.
Some people don't. We definitely have an audio delay between when I'm talking with Mercer right here on the screen and what you're seeing, obviously, in the chat, and what is happening live. So when you are typing something into the chat, it will pop up after 15 seconds, I think, on there as well. But this is the thing of live streaming. We are not putting an artificial delay on it to cut out any kind of.
You're definitely not doing that.
Things in case something else goes wrong. But yeah, we're not that sophisticated.
Jason was asking, is Krista Seiden going to speak? Yes. So Krista Seiden will be speaking. She's a second stage on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, day 3. So that's when Krista Seiden will speak on day 3. Yeah. Right. So we'll have that. She'll be in second stage. All about Google Analytics 4, of course.
Oh, it looks like we have swap voices. Yeah, there might be some technical issues inside of the stream.
Really, Kyle?
Well, it's kind of cool if I had Moisa's voice. Then I can do the radio thing.
And thanks, Jeff, for the hairstyle quote. So technically, it's the same style. It's just that last year I wore the hat all the time. Yeah. I was just lazy when it came to doing my hair. But you know what? MeasureSummit 2021, got to level it up. So I'm actually doing my hair in the morning. You're welcome. There we go.
So Oya asks, can we purchase afterwards? You can, but the price is actually going to increase Is it already increased? I don't know.
It will in about 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
shortly after Julius goes live is when the event technically starts, and at that point it goes to event pricing. So if anybody is interested in all access pass, wants to save $50, now's the time to do it.
What about Brian Clifton?
Brian Clifton also speaking. He's let's see, second stage is scheduled, and you can see these as well on the agendas if you go to the schedule. So you're on the chat window right now, obviously typing that in, which is here. So if you flip it to this, you can see the calendar, and then you can see when everybody's coming up. So let me see when Brian was. Let's see, Brian was day 2 possibly. Let's find out. Enrico Berry is Brian, second stage. So gaining visitor consent. This is actually a really good one too. I like Brian's take on that. So how do you get consent in the world of data privacy consent, which will be a theme for 2021 and it obviously into 2022 and beyond. But how do you do this without losing all of your people? So I thought it was a really, really cool presentation. So that'll be tomorrow. That's day 2. And we'll unlock that for second stage as soon as day 2 officially starts. But absolutely, Brian Clifton is back as well.
Thomas asked, can we buy access to 2020? I don't know. Actually, we haven't talked about this, right?
We haven't. Yeah, we might come up with something like that. We can talk about that
in the next 15 minutes.
We didn't know that people, because we thought, it was just an older. Some of the topics may not be as apropos because some of the stuff is just older screenshots. GA4 was a whole different animal last year than it is now. Yet. That sort of stuff.
It wasn't out yet. It was.
It hadn't been. Yeah, it hadn't been renamed yet. It was still App and Web. Everyone was still calling it App and Web.
Charles Farina was doing a presentation on App plus Web, and I was like, oh, this is the cool thing. And then 1 month later, it got renamed. So and then everybody lost their minds.
Yep. But we will have to, get on top of this platform because it is not an optional platform. I don't think. I think it's definitely going to be the way of things. So the sooner we all practice it and get into it, I'm telling our clients, we're like, hey, give yourself 6 months. Like I think a lot of people that are not in this industry. In fact, I know it because I speak with them because I do. I'm getting back into the live conferences, right? Live conferences are starting up. So I've done 2 this month, and I've got a number coming out the rest of this year. But in this. When I'm speaking to people, whether it's on stage or just one-on-one of these conferences, asking them about GA4, and remember, for the most part, they're kind of the marketers. They're not so much oriented in measurement, but they know they sort of have to understand measurement, and they're trying to learn these tools like analytics and Tag Manager and how they apply. So it's somewhat of a beginner audience, but there's a big misconception for most of them because they think, they're like, oh yeah, this is like classic to universal. Like if they were around for then, if you were around for then, it was a really fairly simple upgrade. You had to flip out code, but that was it. It kind of looked like what it looked like, and it was just better. It was like, oh, Universal is just a classic, but better, right? With these more features. And a lot of them think that's the same thing that's happening with GA4, and they haven't switched over to even look at it yet. And so what I think will end up happening is, as Google eventually, and again, we have no insight into this at all. There's no insider access or anything, but just guessing, as Google pushes this, Universal sort of out the door, meaning we're going to deprecate this thing, GA4 starts becoming the main production platform, there's going to be a massive groundswell of people jumping in the GA4 and going, oh my gosh, I have no idea what any of this means because it's so different. Because they think it's just going to be like Universal Plus, right? And it's not. It's a completely different platform. So all of us taking the time, effort, and energy to learn this stuff from great speakers like Julius and others, Kristen, everybody else is talking about GA4 and how to organize it, and then practice it. Get into GA4 if you haven't already, for sure, and start practicing it. Get used to it. Yeah, we actually, in my case, I know we started and reset it, just playing around with stuff.
So we actually have Julius talking today about Google Analytics 4. Fred will be talking on Friday about Google Analytics 4, how to measure micro-conversion. He's already in the chat. And the other ones are kind of like peripherally talking about the changes going on inside of the analytics. I have a breaking news here. So Ryan Dixon just got the All Access Pass, which we need to celebrate. And now I can play this one, which I always wanted to do. So
He's been waiting all day to do that. That's not going to be the first time you're seeing this. By the way, I have to give kudos to Julian. This is our conversation on Friday. So we're doing a lot of level tech rehearsals leading up to this. So on Friday we did one, and he's like, oh, I have some things to show you. And he's just like going through and he has that. And there's other stuff coming. All this things with the chat widget that it's done.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I see this. I forget what you saw. Like some third party thing did it. And you're like, but they didn't do it for our chat widget. So I just coded it together. And I'm like, dude, like, this is why I love working with you on this so much. Cause you take things and you see, and you're like, I can do that. And you've got this amazing skill to do it. So again, thank you for leveling up Measure Summit 2021 with your technical skills.
We'll see.
Unbelievable.
Until it crashes.
Always my role model when it comes to this is you.
Until it crashes, then we'll see. Okay, really cool. Julius already helped out Anders, who was asking about how to get that view that we showed inside of Google Analytics 4. It's under real time on the top of
me to show,
and then user snapshot button at the right corner. Yeah, if you want to. Just click.
So this is real-time reports, right? So if
Google Analytics 4 here, right?
Right. This is GA4. So Google Analytics 4. So we go into real-time reports. Let that load up. Almost to 600. And then the view user snapshot is right here, upper right. It's kind of blending in the background, but that's what it does. It just sort of randomly takes a user and then shows you the stuff that they're currently doing. So you can flip through here to kind of see all around the world.
All right.
As we come
Okay, we are almost here at time, and we will go into a little bit of a pause before we will hear the session from Julius. Now, I just wanted to point out, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, then this stream will actually end at the top of the hour, because this will be made exclusive for everybody who's attending Measure Summit 2021. So if you want to be one of them, it's free to attend. Just go over to MeasureSummit.com and get your free ticket, and then you will be joining these lovely people in the chat as well, and be part of the discussion, and will be able to follow along with the first session from Julius, and he will be talking about Google Analytics 4. So definitely do that as well. And should we wrap it up, or anything that we need to talk about?
Yeah, I think we got the basics down. So just make sure we got a few minutes left. For those that want the all access pass, go ahead and grab that now at the discount. Otherwise, we'll go to event pricing. I get it if it makes sense for you to wait. Just make sure the content's what it needs to be. Absolutely fine. Thank you, Tobias. Appreciate that. So, but just mental note there. And then we will unlock as soon as Julius's talk starts at the top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and unlock the second sessions as well as Julius's. So you'll see those back there. You can watch those on demand for as long as you want for 24 hours. Of course, unless you're all access pass, which case you keep access.
Right, cool. Then what we'll do right now is take a little bit of a bio break. Last year we called it bio break, right? And
we did.
We will see you back in just about 4 minutes here to talk about, or to listen to Julius' wisdom on Google Analytics 4 and the learnings that he had in 4 years of using it, in 1 year of using it. So see you on the flip side, you always say, right?
All right.
So fast.
Thanks, y'all.
Welcome back to the next session of MeasureSummit, where we are going to talk all about the hot topic of last year and this year, Google Analytics 4. I personally like the tool, but also see a lot of people still struggling because it's still not quite there yet. And there's so much material, not so much material out there just yet on the internet. But our next speaker definitely helps to solve this information gap, Julius from analyticsmania.com. You definitely have come across his blog, Analytics Mania, where he shares his experiments, his thoughts, his learnings, his hacks, all about Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics in a fun and entertaining way. He also has an accompanying video tutorials on his YouTube channel and teaches GTM in online courses on his site. On Facebook, he runs the Google Tag Manager community and thus is always at the pulse of what is happening in GTM and GA. So we are really happy to have him back for MeasureSummit 2021 to talk all about Google Analytics 4. Welcome, Julius from Analytics Mania.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you again. So what are we going to talk about today?
So today we're going to talk about some learnings, some hard lessons, and some just tips and gotchas about Google Analytics 4 and what I have learned over the last 1.5 years since it was launched.
Cool. Do you like the tool? Do you use it? Or do you wish everybody goes back to Universal Analytics?
Actually, fun fact, part of this presentation is about kind of what I feel and what maybe you should feel or maybe you feel. So I will not tell you right now. Just keep watching the presentation. And, you know, this is a hook. So keep watching till the end and you will learn that.
Great. That's a great teaser. So, Julius, take it away.
Thanks. Thanks you for the introduction. I have prepared several slides about me, like who am I, that I have a blog, but Julian already has done that great job. So now I will jump straight into the main topic, and we will address the elephant in the room in this case. And I think that you're pretty you can already guess what is that elephant in the room, and that is GA4, or in other words, how we can call it, a platform that we got a bit too early. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I kind of like many parts of Google Analytics 4. It looks promising. It has some really cool features, but at the same time, it is missing a lot of features as well. Because basically what I notice with Google Analytics is that right now I can do a lot of stuff with that, but what happens later is that I often find myself in weird situations. So right now I think that I'll probably use Google Analytics 4 for about, let's say, 40, maybe 50% of my tasks. And in that case, it feels great. I mean, I have things like, funnels that are finally usable. Then I have